Penn State has landed UNC transfer portal linebacker Amare Campbell. Campbell is a 6 foot, 230-pound linebacker, and he is going into his third year playing, so younger guy has a little bit of time to develop. He did register 6.5 sacks in 2024, but all of those were from blitzing, so this guy is a true stand-up linebacker, what we call a box linebacker. And especially after the departure of Tamir Robinson from the Penn State linebacking room, depth was a really big need. What Campbell brings to the table the most is his secure tackling. He is really solid when he's one-on-one with a ball carrier. Most of the time, he is going to wrap them up. But I still think he is a little bit of a project going into year 3, so something that Dan Connor can work with and definitely improve. So let's hop into this film room and see what we got out of Amare Campbell. As I said in the intro, the thing I like the most about Campbell's game is his sure tackling ability. And especially for someone that is, more or less a depth piece to start right now, I think that's a really good quality to have. So right here, he sees they're doing a little running back pass. You see he is going to pass the ball here. The other thing I like is Campbell, the line he takes here. He doesn't try to come right down to make this tackle. He goes where the running back is going to be. So some good anticipation there. Goes to wrap up. And right here, kind of gets both legs, but he's falling down. This is what I like here, is that it's alligator roll. He grabs both ankles, make sure he gets both of them, rolls over. You are not getting out of that. So great job wrapping up, bringing him to the ground there by Campbell. Now right here, we are facing what is kind of a front side counter with a pulling guard. So first thing he does a really, really good job of is seeing this guard pull around. So he follows it, kind of, now he waits in the hole, has a little bit of patience, and now let's watch him wrap up, do what he does best in the hole. Great posture, gets low. You're not getting out of that tackle from Campbell. So just continuously, so what you see a lot when he is facing someone in the hole one-on-one without a blocker, very successful. And that's why his break tackle rate is so low compared to a lot of other linebackers. All right, now we're looking at Campbell in pass coverage, getting into his drop, acknowledging that the running back gets the ball, comes down, makes the tackle. And this is where I think Dan Connor can help him, just his instincts, just move a little bit quicker. So you see him right here, gets into his drop, covers that seam route, turns his head around. Right here, I wish just a little bit quicker. When you see this, now drive. Go get on that. There's really nothing else for you, but still goes and makes a great tackle, breaks down, and still what we like to see. I like how he goes for the ankles. He's never looking for a big hit, and that is right here. This is the best way to wrap someone up. If you stop them at the ankles, they are not going anywhere. There definitely are still some questions about Campbell's game, but in just this game against NC State, you see him learn throughout the game. So right here, we're going against a counter run, so that's pulling these two backside offensive linemen. And Campbell should be reading this. So as soon as he sees this guy start to pull, Campbell should be coming over the top to get over here to make the play. And he doesn't even come close to getting over there, and this offensive lineman picks him up, and doesn't end well for Campbell. He's in the dirt getting, eating a face full of dirt. But then you come back later, Campbell right here has the puller, comes outside and does his job, boxes the entire play in, and then lets his buddies come and make the tackle, because that's his job right here. He's not really supposed to come in and make this tackle. His job is, hey, take this puller on, don't let him just pancake you, box everything in and make this linebacker cut up in the hole where, look, you got a buddy one-on-one to make that tackle. So there is Campbell in game, making a mistake early on and then fixing it. Now, a little bit later on in the game, this is him in pass coverage. And what NC State is running here is a little bit of mesh. That's where you basically run 2 drag routes between these two guys, and you're hoping to pick off man coverage. Now, what Campbell has is he's man-to-man with this running back right here. Now, my question is, what are you doing here? Because he's man-to-man with this running back. I don't know. There's a possibility that 21 could be wrong and he's supposed to come onto this running back, but I don't think so. I don't really know why, but he decides to just put hands on number 4, completely disregard the running back in the flats, and the running back, boom, is out there for a 20-yard plus gain, wide open. But NC State comes back, runs the same exact play, Campbell's right here, so they're running the drag routes again, trying to pick everybody. And this time he does what he's supposed to do. He goes over top of 4. He avoids 4, gets around him in the flats, and then he is man on man. No one is there for the running back. Everything's clamped up, and the quarterback has to try to run. So he still makes mistakes, but what I do like to see is he learns from them, and I think that's something that Dan Connor can work with once Campbell gets on campus here. We are taking a look at the final 2 plays against NC State. North Carolina has the lead, but NC State is in field goal range, and they're trying to kind of run the clock out here and either kick this field goal or punch it in. But game on the line, this is where I'd like to see Campbell have a little bit more effort, a little bit more tenacity to get after these guys. So coming downhill, gets kind of blocked up. I'd like to see him fight through this. It feels like he's kind of, if you watch it, he kind of stops before a hand is even put on him, but just allows the offensive lineman to kind of eat him up. And then right here, just kind of walking, waiting, and then burst and jumps on the running back. If you were to go a lot sooner and you're hustling from right here down the line, well, when this running back hits that move, he should be right there to just spike the running back. And who knows, when you're hitting a spin move and that ball is now kind of on the inside hand, you could force a fumble there. Could have changed the game, but is just too late. Does make the tackle in time, but would have loved to see him hustle on this play. Now, last play of the game, 30 seconds left. NC State just called a timeout. They're on the 2-yard line. Game is pretty much all but over because they can kick a field goal anyways, but they're going to try to punch it in with a run. Campbell does do a good job plugging right here, but one of the only times, honestly, that I see a running back actually break out of his tackle and, laying there in defeat never feels good for anybody, but would have liked to just see him come, downhill a little bit harder, maybe go for those ankles there. So not the greatest tackle there. Just wanted to show you these final couple plays from Campbell, and I just think that is where he can kind of improve in his game, especially in these late moments. Make those plays, be a game changer, come downfield and try to win the game for your team. I think Amare Campbell was a obviously much needed addition from the depth standpoint. And I think there's a lot of untapped potential. After looking at that tape, you see him being able to make some mistakes, but then also fix it in the same game. For Dan Connor and company, they have a lot to work with. I think there's a lot of talent there, and I'm really looking forward to see how he develops. He'll still have a good 3 seasons here, and I think the best years of his playing days are ahead of him. So appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Peace.